sound familiar? That buzzing headache, the scratchy throat, and a nose that just won't cooperate. All you want is to burrow deep under the warmest blanket and make the rest of the world wait. Typically, Mom or Grandma steps in, setting down a bowl of piping hot soup and a mug of lemon tea, convinced it's the ultimate cure. But what if I told you that some of these time-tested remedies might actually be slowing down your recovery? In this video, we're going to conduct a real audit of your sick day kitchen. We'll figure out exactly what you should be eating when battling a cold or the flu to truly help your body, not hinder it. We're separating the scientific facts from the old wives' tales. Speaking of which, what's your #1 go-to food for fighting off a cold? Drop a comment below right now, and at the end of the video, we'll see if you hit the nail on the head. Before diving into specific foods, let's quickly understand why nutrition is so crucial when you're sick in the first place. A lot of people believe you can just kill the virus with food. That's not exactly true. Your immune system is a vast and complex army that enters the battle against the infection. And like any army, it requires resources, energy, building blocks, and ammunition. That is precisely what food provides. When you have a fever, your body burns a colossal amount of energy, even when you're just lying still. Immune cells and antibodies, they're all built from protein and other essential nutrients that need constant replenishment. So, eating right during an illness isn't really a cure in itself. It's strategic support for your army. You are giving it everything necessary so it can fight efficiently and swiftly claim victory over the invaders. All right, let's talk about the golden rule. This is the single most crucial, non-negotiable step. And it's not even about what you eat, it's hydration. Simply put, drink plenty of fluids. When you're sick, water performs several critically important functions simultaneously. First, if you have a high fever or are breathing quickly, you lose far more moisture than normal. Dehydration is a direct route to feeling worse, triggering headaches and overall weakness. Second, water helps thin out mucus in your nose and bronchial tubes. This makes it easier to expel and significantly improves your ability to breathe. Third, fluids are essential for flushing out toxins from your body, the waste products created by viruses and dead cells. Think of water as the body's transportation system, constantly clearing the trash from the battlefield. That's why plain water, unsweetened tea, or just warm water should become your best friend while you're sick. Make sure to sip small amounts consistently throughout the entire day. Beyond plain water, warm beverages offer tremendous benefits. And it's not just about the comforting and soothing feeling they provide. Warm fluids can help alleviate irritation and a sore throat by literally washing viruses off the mucus lining, a purely mechanical action. They also help dilate blood vessels, which can slightly ease nasal congestion. Herbal teas are an excellent choice. Chamomile has mild anti-inflammatory and calming effects, which can significantly improve your sleep quality. Ginger tea, which we will discuss in more detail later, is great for combating nausea and inflammation. Linden tea is traditionally used as a diaphoretic, meaning it promotes sweating. Even simple warm water with a slice of lemon is beneficial. The most crucial rule: avoid sugary sodas or prepackaged fruit juices. Right now, an excess of sugar is the last thing your body needs, and we'll soon cover exactly why. Now let's talk about a legend, the undisputed king of sick day menus, chicken soup. Why, for generations has it been considered the ultimate remedy for the common cold. Is it just the placebo effect, or is there really something substantial going on? Science says there absolutely is. First, the broth provides essential fluid for hydration, but it comes with crucial bonuses. It contains vital electrolytes like sodium and potassium, which we often lose through sweating when fighting a fever. Secondly, it's a great source of easily digestible protein. The amino acids derived from that protein go straight toward repairing and building new immune cells. Thirdly, studies have shown that certain components of chicken soup may possess a mild anti-inflammatory effect. It achieves this by temporarily slowing the movement of specific immune cells that are responsible for causing common cold symptoms. And finally, the hot steam rising from a bowl of broth provides an excellent form of inhalation, which helps break up and relieve nasal congestion. So yes, chicken soup isn't just comfort food. It is genuinely a highly effective remedy. Now it's time to bust some myths, and we'll start with the most popular and persistent one. Don't drink milk, or you'll produce more mucus. I'm sure every one of us heard this growing up. The common belief is that dairy products increase the production of phlegm in the lungs and mucus in the nose, thereby worsening coughs and colds. The good news? This is simply not true. Numerous scientific studies, including a major review conducted by Australian researchers, have found absolutely no link between consuming milk and increased mucus production in either healthy or sick people. So where did this pervasive myth come from? The reason is that milk is an emulsion. After you drink it, a thin film can remain in your mouth, creating a subjective sensation that your throat or saliva is thicker. But this has absolutely no effect on the actual amount of mucus or phlegm in your respiratory passages. Therefore, if you enjoy milk or yogurt and tolerate them well, there is no reason to deny yourself these foods while you are sick. In fact, they are an excellent source of protein and calcium. The next myth on our list sounds like an old wives' tale. Starve a cold, feed a fever. Or is it the other way around? Nobody really remembers the exact phrasing, but the underlying idea of fasting while you're sick has become deeply ingrained in our minds. This concept is completely wrong and potentially harmful. As we've discussed, fighting an infection is an incredibly energy-intensive process. Raising your body temperature by just 1 degree increases your metabolism by roughly 10 to 13%. Your body is working overtime to generate heat and produce immune cells. Depriving your body of this crucial fuel during this time is like sending a soldier into battle without rations. Of course, it's totally normal to have a reduced appetite when you're sick. You shouldn't force yourself to eat, but full-on fasting will only lead to weakness, deplete your energy reserves, and ultimately slow down your recovery process. Your main goal should be to provide your body with light, yet highly nutritious food. And the third megamyth related to vitamins. The moment we feel that first scratchiness in our throat, our hand automatically reaches for vitamin C tablets, lemons, and oranges. The idea of mega-dosing or loading up on vitamin C seems perfectly logical. After all, it's known as a powerful antioxidant and a vital immune booster. However, there are a few important caveats here. Research indicates that taking vitamin C after the onset of an illness has little to no effect on the duration or severity of symptoms. It can be effective for prevention, especially for people who undergo intense physical stress. But once the virus is already in your system, trying to eat a kilogram of oranges is simply a bad idea. Firstly, our body cannot absorb and store massive amounts of vitamin C. All the excess is simply excreted through urine. Secondly, high doses of ascorbic acid can cause stomach upset or other digestive issues. Therefore, simply ensure you are meeting your recommended daily allowance of vitamin C from regular food sources, things like berries, bell peppers, kiwi, or other citrus fruits. That will be more than enough. Let's move beyond the myths and focus on real, helpful immune boosters. First on our list is garlic. Its reputation as a fighter of evil seems to extend to viruses as well, and for good reason. Garlic contains a powerful compound called allicin, which is released when the clove is crushed or chewed. Allicin has proven antibacterial and antiviral properties. A number of studies have shown that people who regularly consume garlic get fewer colds, and even if they do catch one, they tend to recover slightly faster. To get the maximum benefit, it's best to consume garlic raw. After crushing it, let it breathe for about 10 minutes. This allows the allicin to fully form before you add it to your meal. You can make a simple wellness snack, like rubbing a piece of toasted or dried bread with a fresh garlic clove and drizzling it with olive oil. Of course, garlic isn't a cure-all, but it is a powerful and accessible way to support your immune system. Another root that truly deserves your attention is ginger. It has been used in traditional medicine worldwide for centuries, and modern science fully supports its health benefits. Ginger contains active compounds such as gingerol, which provide powerful anti-inflammatory effects. This helps soothe sore throats and relieve general body aches. Beyond that, ginger is a renowned remedy for nausea, which often accompanies colds and flu. It helps settle your stomach and improve overall digestion. The easiest and most comforting way to consume it is by making a soothing cup of ginger tea. Simply slice a few thin pieces of the fresh root. Pour hot but not boiling water over them. Let it steep for 5 to 7 minutes, and then add a wedge of lemon and a spoonful of honey. This drink will not only warm you up and alleviate symptoms, but it's also fantastic for staying hydrated. Ginger truly is your potent, spicy ally in the fight against feeling under the weather. Speaking of ginger tea, we must mention its ideal companion, honey. Honey isn't just a natural sweetener. It's a powerful natural antiseptic. It has scientifically proven antibacterial and antimicrobial properties. In fact, some research suggests that honey can be even more effective for soothing nighttime coughs in children than common over-the-counter syrups. It coats the irritated throat, creating a protective, soothing layer and quickly relieving that scratchy feeling. However, there are 2 crucial rules you must follow when using honey for health benefits. First, never give honey to infants under the age of 1 due to the risk of botulism. Second, do not add honey to boiling water. When exposed to temperatures above 40 to 50 degrees Celsius, most of its beneficial enzymes are destroyed. To preserve its goodness, only add honey to tea that has cooled slightly. Alternatively, simply take a teaspoon of honey, and let it slowly dissolve in your mouth. For maximum benefit, choose darker varieties, such as buckwheat honey, as these typically contain higher levels of antioxidants. We've already touched upon protein when discussing chicken broth, but its significance needs to be highlighted separately. Proteins are made of amino acids, the fundamental building blocks your body uses to construct virtually everything, including key immune system components like lymphocytes, antibodies, and cytokines. Without a sufficient supply of protein, your body's army will be weak and ill-equipped. Your need for protein increases significantly when you are sick. However, you probably won't have the appetite for a big, heavy steak or a greasy cutlet. The good news is, you don't need to force it. During this period, it's crucial to choose easily digestible protein sources. Ideal options include poached chicken breast or turkey, lean steamed fish, or simple boiled eggs or omelettes. For vegetarians, tofu, lentil soup, and quinoa are excellent choices. The main thing is to include a small source of protein in every single meal to continuously supply your body with the essential building materials it needs for recovery. If vitamin C is the popular general leading the immune army, zinc is its indispensable gray cardinal. We don't hear about its importance as often, but its role in fighting viruses is truly pivotal. Zinc is essential for the development and proper function of all immune cells. Research summarized in the respected Cochrane Review showed that taking zinc within the first 24 hours of cold symptoms can, on average, shorten the duration of the illness by 1 day. It actively interferes with rhinoviruses, the primary cause of the common cold, preventing them from multiplying in the nasal lining. So, where can you find this crucial micronutrient? Oysters are the undisputed champions for zinc content, but let's be honest, they're probably not your go-to meal when you're feeling under the weather. Much more accessible sources include red meat, especially beef, poultry, legumes, pumpkin seeds, and nuts. Adding these foods to your diet is a straightforward way to fortify your immune system with this essential mineral. Another vital vitamin for immunity, though perhaps less obvious, is vitamin D. It's often called the sunshine vitamin because our bodies synthesize it when exposed to UV light. During winter, right in the middle of cold and flu season, most of us experience a significant deficiency, and yet, vitamin D plays a crucial role in modulating our immune response. It helps calm down an overly aggressive immune reaction, preventing what is known as a cytokine storm, while simultaneously activating our key protective immune cells. Numerous studies have linked low vitamin D levels to an increased susceptibility to respiratory infections. While it's difficult to meet your needs through diet alone, you can certainly give your body a boost. Be sure to include fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and herring, along with egg yolks and cod liver oil in your diet. You may also want to discuss taking vitamin D supplements with your doctor for preventative reasons, especially throughout the fall and winter months. It's something few people stop to consider, but the health of our immune system is directly linked to the state of our gut. Roughly 70% of all the body's immune cells reside right there. The beneficial bacteria that live in our gut don't just aid digestion, they also train our immune system, teaching it how to distinguish between friend and foe. When we get sick, especially if we have to take antibiotics, that delicate balance of microflora can get disrupted. That's why supporting your gut with probiotics is a fantastic idea. Probiotics are live, beneficial bacteria found in fermented foods. The simplest and most accessible sources include plain, unsweetened yogurt, kefir, and ryajenka. Excellent choices also include unpasteurized sauerkraut, kimchi, or kombucha. Incorporating these foods will help maintain healthy microflora, which in turn boosts your immune defense. Eat the rainbow. That's a nutritionist's advice that becomes especially important when you're feeling unwell. The vibrant colors in fruits and vegetables come from special compounds, flavonoids and carotenoids, which are powerful antioxidants. Antioxidants help your body combat oxidative stress, which is a common byproduct when your immune system is working intensely. They essentially act like cellular firefighters, extinguishing the fire that occurs when your body is battling an infection. One of the most thoroughly researched flavonoids is quercetin. You can find it in apples, onions, berries, and dark leafy greens, such as spinach. Studies indicate that quercetin may possess notable antiviral properties. That's why you should try to ensure your diet includes the widest variety of colorful plant-based foods possible. A berry smoothie, a salad loaded with spinach and bell peppers, or even simple baked apples. These options are not only delicious but incredibly beneficial for boosting your recovery. Let's shift our focus now to the things you should absolutely avoid eating. When it comes to your immune system, the number one enemy is sugar. It's true that when you're sick, you often want to comfort yourself with something sweet. However, indulging in this way is actually doing your body a major disservice. Research consistently shows that consuming large amounts of simple sugars, and this includes not just granulated white sugar, but also high doses of honey, syrups, and sugary drinks, can temporarily suppress the activity of your white blood cells, or leukocytes, which are your body's primary defense against infection. This suppressive effect can last for several hours. Essentially, by grabbing a candy bar or drinking a glass of soda, you are temporarily tying the hands of your immune system. This is why, while you are recovering, you should eliminate candies, baked goods, sweetened yogurts, and sodas from your diet. If you genuinely crave something sweet, opt instead for a handful of berries or a piece of whole fruit. In these natural sources, the sugars are balanced by essential fiber and crucial vitamins. The second item on our stop list is alcohol. That old folk remedy, a shot of vodka with pepper to warm you up, is honestly one of the most detrimental ideas out there. Firstly, alcohol causes dehydration, and we already know that proper hydration is absolutely key to recovery. Alcohol acts as a powerful diuretic, forcing your body to lose precious fluids. Secondly, alcohol severely disrupts the quality of your sleep. While you might feel like you fall asleep faster, the critical phases of deep restorative sleep are significantly impaired. Remember, your body does its most important regeneration work while you sleep. Thirdly, processing alcohol places an enormous unnecessary strain on your liver, which is already busy enough handling the body's natural detoxification processes. And finally, much like sugar, alcohol actively suppresses your immune system. So, forget about any medicinal doses. Alcohol is strictly forbidden until you have fully recovered. It's hard for many of us to imagine starting the day without a cup of coffee, especially when we're already running on fumes. We often rely on caffeine to give us that jolt we need to power through the day. However, when you're fighting an illness, coffee is actually counterproductive. Caffeine, much like alcohol, is a diuretic. This means it encourages fluid loss, directly hindering the hydration your body desperately needs for recovery. Furthermore, it acts as a central nervous system stimulant. The artificial burst of energy it provides interferes with the one thing your body truly needs: proper rest. You might not feel tired, but your body is actually crying out for sleep and deep restoration. Energy drinks are even worse, piling on excessive amounts of sugar alongside the already high dose of caffeine. Instead of reaching for coffee or energy drinks while you're sick, switch to soothing herbal teas or simple warm water. Simply allow your body the rest it needs to fully recover. When you're sick, all your body's energy needs to be focused on fighting off the infection, not on struggling to digest heavy, complex meals. Fried potatoes, greasy steaks, pizza, and burgers, all these demand huge effort from your digestive system. Blood rushes to the stomach instead of going to the areas where it's needed most for a strong immune response. Heavy foods can cause discomfort, bloating, and nausea, only making your already miserable feeling worse. That's why the focus should be entirely on simple, easily digestible dishes. Ideal choices include pureed vegetables, such as mashed potatoes, carrots, or cauliflower. You should also consider steamed chicken or turkey patties, boiled or baked fish, porridges made with water or diluted milk, and baked apples. These types of meals provide essential energy and nutrients without overwhelming your system. The simpler the food, the easier the recovery process is for your body. One of the wisest rules when you're sick is simply to listen to your body. Your body is an incredibly smart system, and it will send you clear signals. If you have a loss of appetite, especially during the first few days of illness, don't force yourself to eat. This is a perfectly normal reaction. Your system is concentrating all its energy on fighting the infection, and it doesn't have the resources for digestion. Forcing food can only lead to nausea and discomfort. During this period, focus entirely on hydration. When your appetite gradually starts to return, begin with gentle, light foods, broths, liquid porridges, smoothies, or yogurts. Eat small, frequent meals, perhaps every 3 to 4 hours. This will help maintain stable energy levels without putting stress on your digestive system or GI tract. A returning appetite is a sure sign that you are on the road to recovery. Okay, the hardest part is finally over. Your fever is gone, and your strength is beginning to return. So, what's the next step? The recovery process isn't finished yet. Your body still needs time to replenish depleted resources and fully recharge. Right now, the most important thing is to resist the urge to immediately jump back to heavy foods. Continue eating smaller, more frequent meals, and gradually increase your portion sizes over time. Pay special attention to restoring your gut health and the microbiome, which may have suffered during your illness. Keep incorporating probiotic foods, such as kefir and natural yogurt. Also make sure to add prebiotics to your diet. These are essentially food for your beneficial bacteria. You can find them in items like bananas, onions, garlic, and whole grain products. Ensure you continue consuming sufficient protein to aid in muscle tissue repair, and plenty of fruits and vegetables for essential vitamins. Comprehensive post-illness nutrition will help you prevent post-infectious asthenia, that persistent weakness or fatigue that can linger for several weeks after you feel better. So does this mean there's no such thing as a magic food bullet? Well, yes and no. The real secret isn't one miracle product, whether it's garlic or ginger. It's about taking a comprehensive, sensible approach. Food won't kill a virus, but it can create the ideal conditions for your body to fight it off. It can supply energy, provide the necessary building blocks, and reduce unnecessary strain on your system. Remember these 3 golden rules. First, prioritize hydration. Drink more than you eat. Proper hydration is the foundation of recovery. Second, choose simple, warm, and easily digestible foods, like soups, mashed vegetables and porridges, or oatmeal. Third, cut out sugar, alcohol, and fast food until you are completely recovered. Don't interfere with your immune system's hard work. Thank you for watching this video until the end. If you found this information helpful, please support us with a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our future health discussions. Now let's circle back to the question we started with. Has your perspective on the best foods for a cold or flu changed after watching? What foods will you definitely add to your recovery menu now, and which ones will you cut out? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to read your stories.